Spider-Verse spoilers. Spider-Gwen is a G-worder. I am Mecca. Oh, look what they're saying about Spider-Gwen. They're saying Spider-Gwen, whatever her name is from the movie, she's a T in the alphabet, according to this thing. I did say when I was watching it, she kind of reminded me of Adora from the new Netflix She-Ra. Please subscribe to this channel. We're going to talk a little bit about this Miles Morales movie off camera. It is Sunday. So, the big argument, there's a lot of arguments about this movie. Some people are using this as an allegory for the T in the alphabet. What am I using this movie as an allegory for? Sitting on the Edge of Forever. That's what I'm using this movie as an allegory for, and I'll tell you why. There you go. You might have seen this before. Oh, there you go. There goes Jim and Edith Keeler. There she goes. What's going to happen next? See, this is an episode of Star Trek, and I'm a big Star Trek fan, so for people who don't know, Star Trek is that thing that happened like a long time ago in the 1960s, and it had a lot of morally life lessons and stuff. So you got Captain Kirk here, and now he's played by William Shatner. He's really awesome. He's the captain of a spaceship in outer space, and they go around exploring and making all these moral dilemmas of how to save people in the best way possible, how to do as little damage out there in the universe as possible. And now this is Joan Collins playing this character here, playing Edith Keeler. And she wants to stop the World War II bad guys. She wants to stop the World War II bad guys here. And she is so adamant. Now in this episode, they went back in time. They went back in time somehow, and they had to basically, spoiler for a 40-year-old thing, they had to let her get run over by a truck here. They have to stop. There she goes. Oh no, there she is. Now see, what would happen? Now, I gotta stop this before she gets run over. Cat hair on the screen. It's like we have aminals or something. This is literally what happens in the Miles Morales movie. His somebody has to get ended. They have to not save somebody in the alternate universe because everything is going to break. And I saw this played out like in this Harlan Ellison episode of Star Trek. That's who wrote this. Way back in the 1960s. There you go. And there she goes. There she goes. No, Edith. No, Uncle Ben or Miles Morales or somebody. And sometimes, that's the life lesson. So spoiler, here's how the movie should have ended, right? Sometimes, this is how the movies end. This is why I'm not super impressed by this. And yeah, I did a little bait and switchy here. I wanted to talk about Star Trek. So watch that episode of Star Trek. It's absolutely amazing. Because this argument on Twitter for this little movie that is perfectly fine if you have like a kid, if you have a 7-year-old or a 13-year-old boy who wants to see a Spider-Man movie, they're gonna love the crap out of this. They're gonna absolutely love this. You don't need to read all of this into it. You don't need to read, you really don't have to have any of this message in this movie other than it's not that great of a movie. It spends a long time on this character, the Spider-Gwen character, that, you know what? She kind of does look like she could be a T. She does kind of look like she could be a gender alphabet-y person. But the real moral of this video here is that they use all of these little things to argue this stuff on Twitter. And we end up arguing on Twitter with people who have never ever even seen this Star Trek episode. They've never seen Edith Keeler needing to get ended. They've never gone through any of this stuff. So all they have is, this is the bestest thing ever. There's these allegories, and look at how deep and complex the story. And it's going to be for these people. What I don't understand with all of this spider people nonsense, though, why is it that every single person has to convince everybody on the internet that this is a bigger deal and a better, more interesting movie than it is? It is a perfectly harmless, little nothing burger of a movie that is fine for your kids. It's fine for people who love the spider stuff. If you like the animated stuff and want something different and fun as an artistic choice, sure. What I don't understand is why every comic writer, every comic bro, every sort of person like that, every teenager on the internet needs every single person, every reviewer, every grown adult to like this movie. That's what I don't understand. So I liked City on the Edge of Forever when I saw it, way back in the day, about 30 years ago. And people are going to see this as their City on the Edge of Forever. They're going to see this as their big life, morality, life-altering thing. Do they deserve better than this, though? Do they deserve better than a bunch of argumentative allegories for, is this person me? Do I identify with this? I don't care. I never was watching Star Trek seeing myself on screen because I was concerned about other people out there on the planet and how morality and things change over the year. And clearly people want to help and protect, but now we're not. Now we want to see ourselves on screen in this narcissistic thing. If you don't like it, then there's something wrong with you. If you don't like it, then clearly there's a you problem. And I keep seeing this on Twitter. Rob keeps arguing with these people. I think the problem is they just haven't seen City on the Edge of Forever yet. So that is my little rambling nothing of a video. And do we want to take this as G-wording people? Are they going to boycott this if they're seeing this stuff, these allegories in there for the Spider-Gwen chick? I don't know. People boycott randomly, and I'm not the person who decides what they boycott. But they're boycotting Target and everything else, so I'm talking about that. Bye! Please subscribe.